Hey gang, great work on the discussion last week. It was very interesting for me to see kind of the correlation between the good and the bad across the two different groups. So on screen you see a table much like you saw last week for the wrap up. And that's where I just kind of summarized out what you had to say in each group for the good examples of tech integration that you've experienced or seen and the bad examples. So you can also see that I've got some color coding going on. In the good columns, if something is in green, that meant that it appeared in both groups. If something's in yellow in the bad columns, then again, it appeared in both groups. With that in mind, I just kind of want to explore some of the reasoning behind. So what you see on screen are just the exact examples. So from a perspective of good tech integration, we talked about everything from web quests to using music and video in the classroom, data visualization and a QR code to make accessibility easy, summary, creating a summary presentation, using digital books in the classroom, using Google Classroom discussion, Kahoot and a response system, a remote response system, along with data usage, project-based learning, and then over in the higher ed group, picking back up, creating again, this time creating a telenova instead of creating a summary presentation. Use of the Socrative, there we go, app. Again, learning analytics and data, great example of smartboard use, DVD and video, a learning management system, and then use of Nearpod. But I want to get at what came out in the conversations. All of the technologies that you see listed in the good column had some common traits. They were engaging. They created a cultural connection between the learner and the content or a particular sub-area of content. They were easy to access. They were interactive. Perhaps there was some gamification involved, but the technology enhanced the actual content rather than being the focus of the activity. The tools were free, they were shareable, they were novel uses of technologies that were slightly different. They enabled and empowered collaboration and communication. They were realistic, they provided feedback. There were multiple backup plans, there were options. On the flip side, if you look in the bad columns, you'll actually see some of the same things that are listed in the good columns. And I wanted to put this on the screen this way so that you could see that we're not talking about any one tool being good or bad. It's how it's used. In this case, when a tool was identified as bad, it's because it shared some issues like technology failure or poor infrastructure to support the technology. No backup plan, no plan B. There was no professional development or training, no coaching, no purposeful use, bad design, bad usage, like getting seasick on a presentation. You can do the same thing in PowerPoint. They're just fancy tools if you don't use them right. So we all kind of came to the same conclusions, but I really wanted you to see that it's the intent and the plan of the tool more than it is the tool and the activity itself. So with that in mind, let's turn to this week, week 4. And in case you missed the calendar, we're halfway through with the class. How's that for crazy? So let's look at this week's topic. Use the on-screen links to navigate to the section of the overview you wish to access.